In today's fast-paced world, people are affected by many kinds of stresses. Who knew food could be one of them? Author of the Thrive Diet, Brendan Brazier discovered this during his avid training as an Ironman triathlete.
When I was 15, I started off running track in high school, and I really enjoyed it. I then started looking at some of the top athletes' training programs, and I looked at some average athletes' training programs. And what really surprised me was that they're pretty much the same. So then, of course, that led me to the question, well, what makes some athletes great while others remain average if they're doing the same training? And I found that was to do with recovery, how fast they could regenerate muscle tissue and cells, basically. And I found that about 80% of that has to do with nutrition.
Good stress, such as exercise, can take a lot out of your body, so you need to put good things in.
Stress is a root cause of pretty much every problem. Being tired, headache, low energy, not sleeping well. If we drink coffee when we're tired and take sleeping pills when we can't sleep, we never actually treat the cause, and that becomes chronic, and then 20, 30, 40 years down the road, that can become a serious disease. Just shifting to foods that digest more easily, foods that are more alkaline forming, so lots of whole, natural, plant-based foods that your body can assimilate and actually use, as opposed to the highly processed, low-nutrient foods that are so prevalent in most North Americans' diets. And then people just no longer want to eat the food that's bad for them because they get this new flavor from the good food, and they just really like it, and then they kind of go that way. The good food is what you want to eat, and the bad food, just you lose a taste for it.
Say we're eating like white bread, bleached flour, that's actually stressing our body out?
Yeah, that's a huge form. That's nutritional stress that I write about quite a bit in the Thrive Diet. And what's happening there is that your body still has to digest and break that down. So it's working hard because it's not easy to digest processed food that have no enzymes in it. So your body works, but it gets very few nutrients in return. And work without return is a form of stress, absolutely.
Mass-produced, overly processed food is inefficiently grown. Eating a whole foods, plant-based diet can improve our health and our environment.
Growing and transportation of food is the #1 user of fossil fuel, more so than any other industry, and therefore the #1 contributor to artificial global warming. Just by changing our diet, we can really reduce our carbon footprint by eating foods that are more efficiently grown, so therefore take less oil to produce. So for example, hemp is an excellent source of protein. You can grow 4 crops a year. You can grow it in Canada in pretty much any environment. Whey protein, for example, that's pretty common in a lot of health food stores. You have to obviously have land to raise the cow, and you have to have a bunch of land to grow the food to feed the cow. Then you have to extract the milk, and then the whey, and then the protein. So there's all these steps, and they all take a lot of energy.
Incorporating raw, unprocessed whole foods into your diet will make you happier, healthier, and looking younger. And that's something we all want. I'm Marnie Maines for The Express.